This is an ASLTA conference in Maryland, and this is the keynote speaker. Okay, some of you might be disgusted to see this picture, but I think it's really essential. Some of you might love science, some of you might hate it, be grossed out by it, but anyway, you said depends, okay. Well, this picture here, if you see the word standards, that's kind of like the bones in our body. Our body would collapse if we didn't have bones, right? We'd have no structure. We need the bones. That's our foundation. That's the standard. Okay, and next we have, how do we move? Our bodies move by muscle. That's the same concept as a curriculum. We add things to our curriculum, we figure out what we're doing, we practice them, the techniques, and that's our next step. And then we have outlines. That's how we measure our results in our curriculum. How do we measure if we were successful? And kind of like nerves. Why are nerves important in our body? Electrical signals, right? Your mind sending signals throughout your body. Feeling, right? Your nerves get a sense of feeling in your body. That's kind of like outlines in the curriculum. We figure out if we're successful or not. And now we're going to dissect blood. Why do we need blood in our body? Right, so we can test it, maybe send it to a lab, see if we're positive or negative, we're sick, we're healthy. Maybe you're good or your health isn't doing so well. Same idea. And now your skin. Why is your skin so important? You do know that skin is our largest organ in all of our body. It's the largest organ. So like when class is done, kids go out into the real world and just sign. That's our goal. And clothes cover us. Kind of like when we're done with ASL class, we pick up all the skills we need and then we're done? No, kind of like clothes. We don't wear the same thing over again. We shop and we trade. Our experiences change. We need to do that in ASL too. And now the teacher's role. We wear different hats. We're scientists, kind of like scientists. We analyze things. That's our job. It's to figure out what best fits. And I thought that this would help you understand to kind of see a difference of the standards, the structure, and the outline, which relates to the results. Okay, and now this is the 5 C's. The first one is communication. The second C is culture. The third C is connections, applying information. Fourth one is comparisons. And the fifth one is community. When we involve all 5 C's in our classroom, the students will be successful. And you see the picture, these are all linked together. Why do you think that is? If one link's missing, then the whole program collapses. We need all of the links to be connected in order to be successful. Okay, now we have 3 different categories for this first topic of communication. The rest of them have 2, but this first one has 3 here. The first one is interpersonal, and that's turn-taking in conversation. And then 102 is the interpretive part of it. It's the visually receptive information changing into information in our brains. And then the third part is the expressive part. I'll explain more about that later. So this one, interpersonal 101, what does that mean? I need some ideas here, right? Turn-taking during conversation. Why is that important? Why is it important to turn take? Right, for communication flow. It's really interesting in our field. For many years now, people have first worried about the receptive part and then expressive, and last the turn taking. Just want to let you know too that I might give you some ideas that maybe challenge you. I want you to think outside the box. So maybe you agree with me or disagree, and that's fine. But I just want you to keep an open mind and think about how you can adapt this to fit your program. Okay, so turn taking, really that should be first. The second thing should be the receptive part, and third, expressive. And in the classroom, students can not only look and do the receptive part of it, but they also have to be involved. The interaction, that always needs to be present. ACTFL, that's definitely their perspective. Okay, so I want to discuss a little bit more about the turn taking. Does that mean that can only happen in person? Yes, we can chat in person, but also technology has just improved. Like the VP, the video phone, or the N3OVOO.com, that is just awesome. Like up to 6 people can talk and you can turn take that way. So, all right, and the turn taking, if a student and teacher chat, does that count? No. And that doesn't count just because the students always see the same language coming from the teacher. And the students need to learn how to grow and turn take with other students. That interaction, student to student interaction, is important. Oh, okay, go back. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead. Okay, so this picture, do you guys see the picture okay? Kind of? Yes, it's water rafting. So how can we get the students to involve themselves in communication, doing some interaction? I think we could put up some pictures, tell them, oh, this is terrible, look what happened, tell me what you would do. If you were a photographer and you went into that situation, you observed it, can you explain? Have them interact like that. So that's an example. Okay, let's see here, the next thing. Okay. So the next thing, the communication. Everybody good with that? All right. 102 is the interpretive. And that means that receptively, like let's say I'm telling an ASL story, I watch it, and then the comprehension happens. And let's say that there's subtitles, if it's on a video. That does not count. Let's say there's spoken English in the background. Why doesn't that count? Right, that's kind of cheating.